Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the USC Trojans, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the USC Trojans offense will get the first crack at it here. Rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's game, right? You know both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Jordan. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down. SEC versus the Big Ten. They competed everything. They tried to outspend the
Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. It'll be a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling?
And the defense gets to the quarterback. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The Irish offense comes out. First chance we've had to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Bulls his way forward. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Unleashes one. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Now from inside the red zone. It's caught. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this run game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And on second down for this offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown Trojans. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first one.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Able to pick up a couple on first down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot. And obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys played their best games in this rivalry classic.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Price. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Quick pass on the jet motion. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. To the end zone, and it's picked off. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. A missed opportunity for the other.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the 1st. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And it just seems like there's a little more oomph in a hit like that in a rivalry game, David.
Man, yeah, and you have to love it in these rivalry games when you get those big licks. And, Jesse, you make a statement. You make a point.
Yeah, you're right, David. I mean, I just feel like in rivalry games, everybody's playing a little bit faster. And I feel like the hits just hurt a little bit more. Your physical toughness will be challenged in rivalry games like this.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll try to pop the draw. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He's got an open man. He's off to the races. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Trojans.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Spits it out to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Payne. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catches plenty to give him a first down.
Big time throwing that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll run it on first and goal. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Arizona State dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite quarterbacks from Jake Plummer to Brock Osweiler, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Right back to it. He breaks the tackle. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Getting some heat. And the Trojans will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field it close to the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous.
He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense set on first down. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
On second down, wants to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Matthews. He's loose. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, USC.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw if guys are open vertically down the field.
He's going for a big play downfield. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Irish. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score. defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover, this game is entirely different.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He's looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes a move. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he reels it in inside the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Fighting Irish! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was... Running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now, Joe.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Matthews. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Trojans in the hurry-up. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a 1st down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit. When you've got that kind of pedigree, you always find superstars in the quarterback spot.
On the run, it's Jackson. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. 1 man in the backfield, and he gets it. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with it.
Touchdown Trojans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
PAT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Boston College delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Chestnut Hill. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's got his man at the 45 on his way. And he's brought down after a huge completion. A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Time to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Keeps the legs moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is.
And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Irish! With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
Looking for daylight from inside his 20. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's another.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
They're trying to get to him. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's going to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Leaves it with the back. Oh, how did you make that move?
Well, it's a great individual effort by the running back on that last play. It's 3rd and forever. He tried to get his team the first down. Not enough. Let's see what they do on 4th.
They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. And that is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and They did not. The lead is huge. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Stands in and takes the hit. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And these are the plays that you look back on tape, and everybody's like, nice work, nice toughness, QB. To stand in there, know you're going to get blasted, but hold onto the ball until the guy comes open, feed him, and get the 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, think of all the legendary players who've been a part of this game, and we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional fight for the jeweled shillelagh. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to 2 of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Off the play fake on first down. He wants to go deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the route is on. The Irish have seized control against the Trojans and starting to put their eyes on that jeweled shillelagh.
The Irish doing what they need to do. Every year we look forward to this game. The hype. Does it meet the hype? The Irish were ready. USC's got some answering to do, Palmer.
Touchdown Jesus is celebrating somewhere. What a game so far by Notre Dame. They're hitting on all cylinders. They knew how big this game was coming in. They knew they had to be dialed up and ready to go. And they have looked good. And I think the Jewel Shillelagh might be making a trip to South Bend.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He wants to throw. He's got it. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
They get the go route outside, and the quarterback was just licking his chops. He looked outside, he saw press man-to-man coverage, and he knew he had to win. If he could just be accurate with the throw, that was going to be an explosive play. You just could not draw that up anywhere.
Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
The quick out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. They're bringing heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Moves away as he feels pressure. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle box. He moved to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Takes the handoff. It's Payne. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first.
And the pass is intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. They'll run it on the counter. Keeping it on the ground, trying to create a little space, and he was stopped in his tracks at the 3. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Trojans send out the punt unit. Bringing out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here come the Irish back on offense. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. They're going to ride this running back. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Power football with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just...
Touchdown, Irish! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
I'll tell you, this defense and their front 7, they're going to have to play with great eye discipline because going to see this type of misdirection in their run game, and they got gashed there.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the run, still looking. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down. Sack.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing the pressure in his face.
DB's right up on the receivers. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Foster. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Nice pickup there, gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the 1st down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. Let's go! From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he wants it all. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Trojans.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Delivers the contact. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Looking for space, it's Payne. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period. Guys, we've come. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And the Trojans decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
At the 35, he's open. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here we go. Looking to go up top on first down. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. UConn is getting dominated today, and you know, the folks in stores deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 18 to UMass. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. This drive will open from the 15. To the air on first down. Floating away. He's going to take off. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Makes the grab. It's Foster.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He's got the back in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Trojans will have it first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. quick strike complete. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Buying some time. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He's looking to throw it. Slips away. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. The give to the single back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, USC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here come the Irish, back on offense. The give to the back. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Notre Dame lines up quickly. From the gun on 3rd down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Irish! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Complete to the right. All kinds of running room. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Yeah, and listen, QB's got to find ways to push the ball down the field and make sure defenses don't just sit in zones and stay shallow. Nice job by the QB. Push it down the field. Make some big plays, baby.
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Yeah, and good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Coming out with it, it's Payne. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense. And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Throws to the tight end. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the route is on. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's going to go down as time has run out. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs.